far beyond Mars, past the asteroid belt, orbits the largest planet in our solar system. And hidden among its many moons is a secret that could completely change how we think about life beyond Earth. As we approach, that planet begins to dominate the entire view. Swirling bands of orange, white, and brown stretching endlessly across a surface so massive that over 1,000 Earth could fit inside it. This is Jupiter, and its powerful gravity commands an enormous system of moons orbiting around it. Over 90 confirmed so far, each one completely different from the last in size, composition, and mystery. Among those many moons, 4 stand out as the largest and most significant, discovered over 400 years ago by Galileo Galilei himself, and still considered some of the most fascinating worlds in our solar system. We are focusing on just one of them today, a smaller icy world that, from a distance, looks deceptively calm, smooth, and pale, almost like a marble drifting silently through space. This is Europa, roughly the size of Earth's own moon, wrapped entirely in a shell of solid ice and quietly hiding one of the most significant discoveries in modern planetary science. As we move into closer orbit, the surface reveals itself to be anything but smooth. Long, winding cracks stretch across the ice in every direction, evidence that something beneath the surface is constantly on the move. These cracks are not just simple fractures either. Many of them are stained reddish-brown, colored by minerals and compounds that scientists believe are being pushed up from somewhere deep beneath the ice itself. In certain regions, the ice becomes even stranger, jumbled, broken, and rearranged into chaotic patterns that look almost like ice blocks were shattered and refrozen in place over and over again. Scientists have a specific name for these strange broken regions: chaos terrain, and its existence is one of the strongest visual clues that Europa's surface is far from our solid static shell. To understand why, we need to look beneath that icy exterior. Starting with the outer shell itself, a thick solid layer of frozen water covering the entire surface of this small, distant moon. But beneath that ice shell lies something scientists find genuinely extraordinary: an entire global ocean of liquid water, sealed completely beneath the surface, hidden from direct view and shielded from the freezing vacuum above. Picture what it would actually mean to travel beneath that ice, descending through kilometers of frozen shell into completely darkness, entering an ocean that has likely existed hidden for billions of years. And this isn't a small, insignificant body of water either. When scientists calculated the total volume, the results were staggering compared to anything found on our own home planet. Current estimates suggest Europa's hidden ocean contains roughly twice the total volume of water found in every single ocean here on Earth combined. An almost unbelievable amount hidden beneath a moon smaller than our own. Keep in mind, Europa itself is significantly smaller than Earth, which makes the sheer scale of this hidden ocean even more remarkable when you consider just how much of the moon it fills. So why hasn't this ocean frozen solid completely? Given how far Europa sits from the sun, the answer has nothing to do with sunlight at all. It has everything to do with Jupiter itself. Jupiter's gravity is so overwhelming, powerful, that it constantly pulls and tugs at Europa as the moon orbits, creating a continuous gravitational stretching effect that never fully stops or settles. This constant flexing physically deforms Europa's interior slightly with every single orbit, a subtle but continuous stretching and relaxing motion that repeats endlessly as the moon circles Jupiter again and again. That repeated flexing generates internal friction, and friction generates heat. That heat, scientists believe, is significant enough to keep Europa's massive subsurface ocean liquid, despite the extreme cold of deep space surrounding it. This same internal heat may be doing something even more remarkable at the very bottom of that hidden ocean, potentially powering geological activity on the seafloor itself, far beneath the ice above. Scientists hypothesize the existence of hydrothermal vents down there, cracks in Europa's rocky seafloor that could be releasing intense heat and mineral-rich chemicals directly into the surrounding ocean water. If these vents genuinely exist, they would continuously pump warm, chemically rich plumes upward into the ocean, creating localized pockets of energy and nutrients in an otherwise completely dark, frozen environment. This exact scenario isn't unprecedented either. Similar hydrothermal vents exist right there on Earth, deep at the bottom of our own ocean, in conditions surprisingly similar to what scientists predict exist on Europa. On Earth, those exact vent conditions, complete darkness, extreme pressure, mineral-rich heat, support entire thriving ecosystem, including tube worms and microbial communities that have never once seen sunlight in their entire existence. If those same basic conditions genuinely exist on Europa's ocean floor, scientists ask an obvious and compelling question. Why couldn't something similar potentially be surviving there as well, hidden beneath all that ice? Much of what we know about Europa's ocean actually comes from observation made far from the moon itself, specifically from the Hubble Space Telescope, orbiting Earth and observing distant worlds from a safe distance. In 2013, Hubble captured something that immediately caught scientists' attention. Clearly evidence suggesting that something was actively erupting from Europa's south polar region, shooting material directly into space. What Hubble detected appeared to be massive plumes of water vapor, violently eruption from cracks near Europa's south pole and shooting upward over 160 kilometers into the surrounding vacuum of space. If confirmed and repeated, these plumes would represent direct physical evidence of Europa's subsurface ocean actively venting material into space without ever needing a spacecraft to physically drill through the ice. This discovery completely reshaped how scientists began planning future exploration of Europa, leading directly to the development of an ambitious new mission, specifically designed to investigate these plumes up close. That mission is called Europa Clipper, a spacecraft launched by NASA specifically to conduct dozens of close flybys of Europa, studying its surface and potential ocean in unprecedented detail. If Europa's water plumes are active and predictable, Europa Clipper may actually be able to fly directly through one of them, potentially sampling material from the ocean without ever needing to land or drill. Onboard instruments would then analyze whatever particles the spacecraft managed to collect during the fly-through, searching for chemical signatures that might reveal secrets about ocean's composition hidden far below. Reaching Europa safely would not be simple, though. Jupiter is surrounded by some of the most intense radiation belts found anywhere in our entire solar system, generated by the planet's enormously powerful magnetic field. Any spacecraft attempting to study Europa closely has to carefully navigate through or around these radiation zones, which pose a serious, ongoing threat to sensitive onboard electronics and scientific instruments. In fact, the radiation surrounding Jupiter is strong enough that it could seriously damage unprotected spacecraft electronics within just a matter of hours, making careful mission planning absolutely essential for survival. Meanwhile, back on Europa itself, one of the biggest remaining mysteries involves the ice shell covering the ocean. Specifically, exactly how thick that protective icy layer actually is across different regions. Current scientific estimates vary dramatically, ranging anywhere from just a few kilometers thick in certain areas to over 20 kilometers thick in others, a significant uncertainty that future missions hope to resolve. This uneven thickness likely explains why certain regions show more visible surface actively than others, with thinner ice areas potentially allowing more direct interaction between the ocean below and the surface above. Beyond simply confirming liquid water exists, scientists have also detected something else potentially significant dissolved within Europa's hidden ocean chemical signature, suggesting a far from complex composition than pure water alone. Data collected so far suggest the presence of dissolved salts and oxidants within the ocean, chemical ingredients that, here on Earth, are closely associated with environments generally capable of supporting biological life. These molecular components don't necessarily prove life exists on Europa, but their presence significantly increases scientific interest, adding real chemical plausibility to an otherwise purely theoretical possibility. Europa isn't the only moon in our solar system hiding this kind of secret. Either two other moons, Enceladus and Titan, each hold their own distinct versions of hidden, potentially significant oceans. Enceladus, a small icy moon orbiting Saturn, has already provided direct, confirmed evidence of active water plumes erupting from its south pole, observations even more definitive than what we have seen from Europa so far. Titan's Saturn's largest moon hides something entirely different beneath its thick orange atmosphere, a subsurface ocean of its own existing alongside surface lakes made not of water but of liquid methane. Together, these three moons, Europa, Enceladus, and Titan, represent some of the strongest candidates in our entire solar system for potentially discovering evidence of life beyond planet Earth. Our exploration of Europa specifically traces back several decades, beginning seriously with NASA's Galileo mission in the 1990s, which provided our first detailed close-up observations of the moon's icy crag surface. That early groundwork eventually led to Hubble's landmark in 2013 plume discovery, a pivotal moment that dramatically increased scientific confidence that Europa's ocean was real, active, and potentially reachable for study. Building directly on that momentum, NASA's Europa Clipper mission launched with a clear focus goal to study Europa's ice shell, ocean, and potential habitability in far greater detail than ever previously possible. Europa Clipper isn't traveling alone in this effort either. The European Space Agency JUICE mission is simultaneously studying Jupiter's icy moons, creating an unprecedented international collaboration focused specifically on these ocean worlds. Together, these missions represent humanity's most serious, coordinated attempt yet to answer one of the most compelling questions in modern space science. Does Europa's hidden ocean actually support any form of life? For now, Europa continues rotating silently within Jupiter's powerful gravitational grip, its icy surface glinting faintly under distant weekend sunlight, keeping its deepest secret carefully hidden beneath kilometers of solid ice. Every crack visible on that surface represents a potential clue, a possible pathway connecting the frozen world above to the vast or ancient ocean quietly existing just beneath humanity's current reach. Picture the complete picture of final time, solid ice above, a massive hidden ocean beneath that, and possibly, just possibly, something alive within it, completely unknown and unexplored by anyone until now. As incredible as this all sounds, it's important to remember that no one has definitively confirmed life exists here. Everything remains an active, ongoing area of genuine scientific investigation and discovery. As Europa shrinks into the distance behind us, Jupiter continues looming massive in the background, a constant, powerful gravitational presence shaping everything happening within its extensive system of orbiting moons. Beyond Europa, three other major moons continue their own orbits around Jupiter, each one entirely unique, each one holding its own separate mystery still waiting to be properly explored and understood. Somewhere out there, in the freezing dark of the outer solar system, an entire hidden ocean has existed in complete silence and darkness for billions of years, untouched by direct human exploration. If ocean worlds like this fascinate you, subscribe.